So this year I've got my GCSEs coming up, and that's what this video is all about. So what am I studying? Well, I'm doing 11 GCSEs in total. So GCSEs I'm studying are Maths, English Literature, English Language, Biology, Chemistry and Physics, the sciences. Then I'm also doing Geography, RS, Computer Science, Spanish and also Statistics. So I thought I'd just talk you through each of the courses and what each of them involves. So for the Maths, my exam board is Edexcel and I'm on the higher tier for Edexcel. In total we have 3 papers that we study. Each of them is 1.5 hours long. Now for English Literature, I'm actually on the WJEC Educas exam board, and that involves 2 papers. So paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1, for me, I've been studying Macbeth, so that means I'll have to answer an extract question and then write about a character or a theme throughout the play. And then I also have to analyse some poetry using one of the poems from the Educas pack. There's 16 in total, and then I've got to compare it to another one, which I've got to remember off by heart, which sounds there. Right. And also for English Language, once again I'm up with WJEC, and we study 2 exams. So exam number 1 is a fiction exam. So for fiction we have to read a story and answer questions on it, just reading comprehension really. And then for the second part we have to write a story of our own, which, you know, in 45 minutes doesn't seem very easy. Most authors spend longer than that, but that's fair. And then of course the second exam is the non-fiction texts. So we've got to analyse another passage and compare them. And then we've also got to write 2 non-fiction pieces, like things like letters, articles, stuff like that. And these exams are really long. So the fiction exam is 2 hours long, and the non-fiction is 2.5 hours long, which is the longest exam I've got. On to the sciences. For biology, I'm with AQA on higher tier, and that involves 2 exams. Now I'm on separate science, so instead of each exam being an hour and 15 minutes, for me it's an hour and 45 minutes. And there'll be quite a lot more content involved. 30% of that being biology only stuff. Again for chemistry, I'm with AQA, I'm on a higher tier, and we study 2 papers. Again, what's the same as biology. We have, you know, an hour and 45 instead of an hour and 15, but then of course we have an extra 30% or whatever it is more stuff. And the same applies for physics. However, the physics, for most people, the physics exam is the last exam. And because we are separate science, it means me and everyone else is going to get out of that exam hall half an hour later than everyone else. Lucky us. So on to the geography. This, I think, is probably going to be my hardest GCSE. I found it really difficult to study for. We're with AQA, and we have to answer 3 papers. Paper 1 is about physical geography. So physical is just like the rocks, the mountains, the rivers, looking at erosion, lots of things like that. Paper 2 is human geography. So this is like economies, how countries develop over time. And then the 3rd paper is about our field work, which I've collected some data for, and also we get a pack in March which we can analyse. So that's interesting. Now for religious studies, we have to, we're with the Welsh exam board again, WJEC, and we have 3 papers in total. The first one is philosophy and ethics, which is all about, you know, different views on, you know, things like life and death, human rights, all those sorts of, you know, controversial issues which are in the media a lot. And that exam is 2 hours long. We also do a paper on Christianity, which is 1 hour, and one on Judaism, which is an hour also. then for computer science, we're with the OCR exam board, and we have to study 2 papers. So paper 1 is about computer systems, and paper 2 is about algorithmic thinking. And interestingly, paper 1 is on the 13th of May, which is my first exam. The date is rather fitting, being the 13th. But interestingly, this year, computer science, both exams are in the first week, so after week 1 I can completely forget that one. So that's good. Now for Spanish, we're with AQA again. I'm on the higher tier and we have to study 4 exams. Now it says 4 papers, but of course they are listening, reading, writing, but also speaking. Now speaking exams begin way before exam season starts, about the 29th of April they start, I think. And that'll be kind of nerve-wracking, making up 25% of GCSE. And then all the exams are different lengths, so the listening exam is 45 minutes, the reading exam is 1 hour, and then the writing exam is 1 hour and 15 for higher tier. And finally, statistics. Statistics isn't actually something that we've been studying for as a lesson. I've been studying this in my own time, at lunch breaks, stuff like that in school. For statistics, I'm on the Edexcel exam board again, and on higher tier statistics, and this consists of 2 papers. Each of these is 1 hour and 30 minutes. And as I said, I've been studying this in lunch breaks because we haven't actually got the time to study a whole extra GCSE in lesson time. So that's been a lot of hard work going into this one. Be interesting to see how it turns out. And also, kind of interestingly, this is my last paper. Everybody else in the country gets to go out of their exams on the 14th of June. Whereas sadly I don't get out until the 18th of June. So I've got to do a whole extra exam paper. So that'll be fun. So those were my GCSE exam papers. I hope you now have a better understanding of what it's like. And of course, the grading system, don't get me started. A stars are no more, it's all 9 to 1. But yeah, hopefully you now have an improved understanding of what it's like for me to study my exams. Thank you for watching this video. Not most humorous ever, but I thought it'd be nice for you to see what I actually study and do in my time in the real world. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your view. Bye bye.